60 hours a week, go to school, barely sleep because I have those goals that I want to hit and everything. And then on June, I very good remembered on my birthday week, I got so sick, like I start having stomach pain and I start getting like anxiety because I wasn't getting enough sleep and because I felt like all these goals weren't being hit. So just the hospital bills were not worth my 50, 60 hours a week of work. So unfortunately, I had to learn that experience firsthand. And when I try to explain it to somebody, they think I'm overreacting. But it's not, because especially ER bills here in America, you are looking at $2,000, $3,000 even with insurance. And it's unfortunately that did happen to me, and I learned my lesson a little bit, so I'm trying to slow the pace. But I'm 27, so I learned that lesson at young, but as older you are, it's not as easy to recover your health. And you can correct me on this if I'm wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. And this is a sad fact, is the more you push it, because essentially health and well-being works as compound, you know. So the more little good things you do every day, the more you get a compound positive effect. But the same works the other way around. The more you neglect yourself, the more you get a compound negative effect over a long period of time. So people sometimes get really surprised that they get sick or they have a breakdown and they say, but I didn't do anything different this month than I did last month. And I say to them, but that's exactly the problem. You've been doing that. This neglect has been kind of accumulating slowly until often it takes something really small or just that little kind of thing that tips you over the edge before it becomes a full-blown crisis. But it's not because you did anything massively wrong at once. It's because you've been doing a lot of things to neglect yourself over a long period of time. So the longer you leave it, the harder it is, in a sense, and the higher the risk. However, it is never too late to start. It is never too late to improve. It is never too late, because, you know, I have a lot of clients in their mid 50s and 60s, and so they come to me and tell me, oh, what's the point? It's too late anyways. And that is the very attitude that will end you in a very bad situation sooner than intended, you know, because you wouldn't say that about credit card debt, right? You wouldn't say, oh, it's too late, I might as well just spend the rest of my life getting more and more in debt until they take my house away from me, they take my car away from me, and I end up on the streets. You know, that's just not constructive attitude. So the sooner you get on it, the less amount of hours, time and money you have to put in to get yourself back together. However, it's never too late to start. So